Hi, this is Political News in 5, and today is March 26, 2023. I'm starting with the state elections that happened last week. Now, reports indicate that in terms of logistics, INEC definitely improved. In terms of voter turnout, it's not clear whether overall we had higher numbers come out on March 18th than on February 25th, but happy to report that in at least 7 states, the numbers so far indicate that more people came out for the gubernatorial elections than the presidential elections. That's fantastic because traditionally the numbers are always lower. Hopefully this is an indication that more of us are realizing that the more local the politics, the more personal. Now, in terms of the results, it seems inconclusive is here to stay. 3 states for a couple of days were inconclusive: Abia, Enugu, and Adamawa. Abia eventually went to Alex Oti, who many believed won in 8 years ago anyway, and he's for the Labour Party. For Enugu, it was tied between, the battle was between PDP and Labour. Eventually, the results were called for Enugu, and people are questioning that, considering that when it comes to the State House of Assembly, the majority of those who won were Labour. So how would you have more Labour and then, the results going for PDP? Now, already there are stories that PDP is trying to induce some Labour Party members to flip to their party so that they will have the majority and be able to decide who the speaker is. Let's see what happens. There should be laws preventing that kind of carpet crossing. Adamawa remains inconclusive, so we're still not sure if we're going to get our first elected female governor in Nigeria. Let's watch and see. The forces against her seem to be quite strong and coming from within the president-elect and the current president's camp. Now, in terms of other results, NMPP won Kano out of the 28 states that were up for grabs. Congratulations to them. That was a hard-fought battle. Labour won 1 state, that's Abia, that's already mentioned. 9 governors kept their seats, that they were incumbents who were running for second terms, and 6 states went to the opposition, including Sokoto, Benue, Zamfara. Now, in terms of how women did, there were 988 state legislative seats up for grabs, and women only secured 48, which is less than 5% of the total. Now, Ekiti is leading with 6 female legislators. Kwara comes next with 5. Unfortunately, there are 15 states without any female legislators, either on the state or federal government level. In fact, there are some states that since 1999 have never elected any female legislators. Which brings me to the Obi and Atiku lawsuits, which have been filed, which are great for our democracy. Atiku had filed a lawsuit before the elections contesting the eligibility of the Tinubu-Shettima ticket. That case was heard by the Court of Appeal and was thrown out recently. On Obi's case, he filed, and that was trending because he made lots of claims. It's a very wide claim that's not limited only to the elections and the electoral process. He's questioning the eligibility of Tinubu to actually be a candidate for presidency based on his past. He's questioning Shettima as a running mate because at the time that Shettima was announced as the vice presidential nominee for the Tinubu ticket, he was still holding a Senate ticket. He's questioning the results in Rivers and Benue, claiming that he won those states. He's claiming that when you add the numbers between the places where elections didn't hold and where there's murky, mutilated result sheets, that that should allow for an additional contest. It sort of invalidates the results that we have. He's also claiming that INEC did not meet its standards, its own regulations in terms of how processes should go. So quite interesting, and it'd be great to see what kinds of arguments and judgments we see. People are contending that it's going to be really interesting, considering the claim, especially around Tinubu's eligibility to contest. Finally, news that has been interesting, but we're not really talking about it because, of course, the Naira scarcity continues and the election results have dominated. But a couple of weeks ago, Buhari signed into law 16 constitutional amendment bills, and so now we have a shorter exclusive legislative list. That's the list where only the federal government can make laws. That list is now shorter. States can now make laws for power, for railway, for prison management, which is great. There was also another amendment that includes making it mandatory for presidents and governors to make their appointments to their cabinets within 60 days. I'm not sure if Buhari remembers that. That's a dig at him, considering it took him 6 months to to appoint ministers. So, but all in all, some of the key things that we were looking forward to, such as affirmative action for women, which many countries have, and autonomy for local government, still didn't scale through. So the struggle continues. That's it on Political News in 5. Have a great week ahead. Stay safe and bye.